Do you want games on Steam cheaper than on Steam? I gotcha. Jump over to an app where you can buy any game you want on any platform, and for a free discount you can use the code FAM at checkout for 10% off. This site offers the biggest discounts you can find, so let's get gaming, fams. First time playing Cyberpunk 2077 with my RTX 2060 wasn't really an issue, but after I played the game again, rebooted the game, and saw how it works in the open world, it honestly deserves a rant, and I don't think many people are speaking about this. So this is not only a rant about the game and its performance on my graphics card that many people own, it's a rant towards future developers to fix their games before launch. I mean, come on. Cyberpunk was delayed many times. For optimization? No, that wasn't a thing. And don't think I'm bitching so much about my RTX 2060. Well, you might have a lower graphic card and would like to play this game nicely, and you might do so, but on low FPS, which sucks. So where do you start? First, I was very happy with this product. I pre-ordered it, and I don't pre-order games often. And as you can see through my recorded footage, it works well first time you boot it and play it, but for some reason, after I wake up and try to play it again in the open world, after I finish the prologue or the part of the prologue that is shorter, it doesn't perform well. When you're in the open world, it doesn't perform well. And trust me, I've changed settings to see the comparison, and I'm going to show you right now. Yes, I've played on Ultra for the beginning of the game for about an hour and 50 minutes, and then played it the second I woke up, and this is how it played. I've tried changing settings from Ultra all the way to freaking low for a 10 FPS boost. Yeah, a 10 FPS boost. You can see right now me changing the settings. Doesn't work well in the open world. And don't get me started when there's crowds. When there's crowds, this game under freaking performs. So, game developers, when are you going to focus on the PC part as well, not only the console part? Not blaming CD Projekt Red in any point, but I find it obvious that they haven't spent a lot of time optimizing the game. And again, the RTX 2060 is not an old graphic card. It was released back in 2019 and was priced around 350 bucks. Add 150 more bucks and you can buy the freaking PlayStation 5. So, what is it with game developers that don't optimize their game? Gonna be honest with you, every game I've played since I owned the card since last year performed great. The only game I had a problem with was Metro Exodus, that I couldn't play on Ultra with every RTX Sun feature, but that didn't mean it performed at 30 FPS. It performed at around 40 on the Ultra settings, but I decided to change them to high and use the RTX features for a 50 to 60 FPS. That was the only game I had issues with. And this worries me in the future because, again, this graphics card is not that old. I know I'm not the only one who doesn't want to change their graphic cards every year. I had this market strategy to release a better card every time you want, and people buy it, and people scalp it, and people can't get it, and they have to pay more. That's just stupid for me. I mean, go ahead, Nvidia, release the freaking RTX 740 freaking 69 RTX GTX sexy ass graphic card in about 5 years, because you just can't let the developers optimize the game for the actual next gen graphic cards that in 1 year won't be next gen anymore. RTX was revolutionary for me. This is why I picked this graphic card, and again, it performed well on many freaking games, if not all of them. The only one I told you was Metro Exodus. Every other game performed well at my desired resolution with 2560 by 1080. This is why it's kind of stretched in this video, but I just play on this resolution because I love it. And I thought it's gonna perform very well because I've seen videos before showing me how it plays out, but they haven't shown us how it plays in the open world in a honest way. I mean, they can play out with the settings and just lie to you, say, look, these weren't the actual settings. Look at me, I showed the settings I'm playing with. At the beginning of the game it worked well, but once I get into the open world it just works like shit. So why was this game delayed so many freaking times if it performs like this on a graphic card that was released in January of 2019, which I played a lot of games on and performed freaking well. Over 80 FPS, over 100 FPS on 2019 titles and even 2020 titles. It's not fair. It's not fair for people to jump for this shit, you know? To say, look, I have the RTX 2060. I'm gonna be fine. That was my opinion until I played this game. This is the only game I have a problem with regarding these graphic cards, and I mean, you might not agree with me, but if you're a person who has a lower graphic card or a bit better one, I'm sure you're annoyed by this freaking performance. Again, I've updated every single thing that had to be updated in order to play this game, and you know, at first it played well, but after I played again, it underperformed a lot. Work on your games more when it comes to fixing the issues for the PC. Make it, optimize it better for the PC, not just make it work. Yeah, you can make it work, but it can run like shit. Now in the past, CD Projekt Red was working on the port of the PC version of Saints Row 2, and this is when I kinda had insecurities about this company. They might not be the only ones, but the reason why I'm making this video again is to tell you, game developers, that it is a joke to don't care about people who bought a graphics card from 1 or 2 years ago. And hell, maybe I'm in a good spot. Maybe people with older graphics card have the same issue and nobody speaks about them, but this is for RTX 2060 and you can see how it works out. I don't know why in the first playthrough I played it well. I've tried to toy with the settings and nothing worked. Nothing at all. So, I mean, this game doesn't even run great on the consoles, not only the PC. But again, why shit on us people who buy graphics cards from 1 year before the game is released? I mean, you should optimize it to work better. I hated the way my graphics card doesn't work well with Saints Row 2, even though my GTX 760 worked great and I was able to get even 55 FPS with graphics mods. But this runs like shit with the RTX 260. And I'm saying this Saints Row 2 example because CD Projekt Red was responsible for the PC port of Saints Row 2, that in the future it will get an update on Steam and make it work smoothly. So gamers, enjoy your game even if it doesn't run at 60 FPS. What can I say at this point? In conclusion, that's everything I had to say. Thank you for watching this video. Without my face on it because I'm doing it in a rush. So, thanks again for watching. Subscribe in case you're new. Shout out to my Patreon Jordan. And I'll see you later guys. Have a good one fams.
But miss the clutch, these Romanian trees for the system's touch. Whoa, look at his finest, your highness, German president, your highness. Wait, I'm here to slay the demons that harness, tarnus. Join us, the time is upon us. Fuck the game, just hold my PS. I do it for my soul, so with the BS. Me and rap, don't show his liaison. The whole game is off, use me as song.